Am I audible? Yeah. Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is keeping good and preparing very strong, hard for JEE because this is going to be this year's last time to crack JEE B.Arch. So let us look into the last minute drawing revision to crack JEE B.Arch, the second attempt of 2023. Friends, my name is Rajendra Bhatia, representing Creative Edge, one of the subsidiaries of Top Rankers. Let's look into what I have brought for you today. Firstly, the examination plan. Plan for JEE B.Arch, Part 1, Mathematics, 100 marks, 30 questions, online, 1 for each wrong answer. That is -1. Part 2, Aptitude Test, 200 marks, 50 questions, online, -1 for each wrong answer. Part 3, Drawing, 100 marks. 2 questions, offline, total 82 questions. And these 2 questions are 1/4 of the total marks. No negative mark, but it's very difficult to really score good if you are not prepared. Friends, I'm there to give you help in your preparation. Let's see how it goes. Example from previous year question, let us see. Sketch out the portrait of one of your grandparents, create a scene of gardener working in garden from your memory, then draw a creative 2D composition using equilateral triangles. That means portrait, scene creation with memory, 2D composition. Then there is new thing like decode the given image and complete the scene. That means this has got a little catch into it that I'll discuss as we go a little ahead. Fifth type of question that I have noticed is 3D composition along with sciography, which again I don't pay much seriousness to this because last 3 attempts it hasn't appeared. Maybe you do not know IITs who are conducting the exam. A thing which is least expected is brought forward the next attempt. So you don't go away from it. Don't leave it alone. We'll discuss about it as we go ahead. Then enlarge the given image in the given space is also another way of asking. Friends, most important topics for 2023 to prepare. Firstly, scene creation, memory drawing along with sciography. Whenever I say sciography, you are not supposed to color it. It is black and white asking, and black and white asking is little tricky unless you know this word sciography, which is the science of light, shade, and shadow. Portrait making, facial expression, 2D design, direct question, or there could be decoding and depiction. Now, see, the one I was talking about, the depiction with decoding, is what I want to say is a 2D question. Very few people know about it. Many of even design teachers are unable to decode. So this becomes my USP, Creative Edge USP, that we have been telling you how to decode a given portrait, a given scene, a given picture. Other type, as I told you, least expected, but who knows, IIT, they can throw you this question in coming exam. And it's not a difficult question, actually. You just need to slightly practice it out in the last moment, and you can really score through 3D composition in case it arrives there. And then the other type is enlargement, as I told you beginning. Some of the new scenes that I have brought this time. Now, this scene is against the question, there is a temple in the middle of a river in your village. You are stepping down on the stairs to catch a boat. You can see few people stepping downwards. Before you, among them is a small girl with two ponytails, and draw the scene from your eye level. Friends, when I talk about the eye level, see here, the bottom of the hill is the eye level of the person who is standing here. I hope you are able to see my cursor. And I have purposely left these lines for you. This is not Ram Setu. These are the lines to show you where the vanishing point would occur if you are standing here. The vanishing point in front of you is on the horizon. In front of you, horizon through a river is always the top of the river and the bottom of the hills or the land opposite the river. In case you are slightly higher up, all this part will be water. So I have purposely scratched it slightly to show you that this would be the deviating line going towards the vanishing point, which is up here. Right, friends? Rest of the scene, you can see the top of the boat is visible. Slightly less top of the boat is visible. As you go farther, the boat is almost coming in between your eye level. Eye level is same as horizon. And these are the temples within the people who have visited some of the place like the Maheshwar or Omkareshwar, they might have come across some water bodies, I mean, some land bodies inside the water, and that is how they could be depicted on both the side. Coming next, another scene. Now, this is I purposely made it to show you a diamond minus, which is my terminology for an interior, wherein two lines across two vanishing points are seen across the two walls. When does that happen? That you can understand from my, yeah, you can buy my recorded videos, you can buy my lectures, and from Creative Edge, of course, and you can find what a diamond plus, what a diamond minus means in the sketching in a 2-point perspective. Now let's talk about this question. You're entering the drawing room of your house while your father is standing and watching outside the window. Now remember, I always try to put or display a human figure along with the still life because that is the only visible scale to your drawing. In architecture, remember, whether you are in an entrance test or even when you are a practicing architect, do not forget to induce a scale. And the very natural scale is a human figure in your drawing. So don't forget to put a human figure in your drawing whenever there is a scene creation. Perspective, proportion, and the placement are important. Now, again, if you talk about the placement of the human figure, I have taken law of third into consideration. So there is a pot on the center table with flowers in it. So I made it a point of attraction at here also, although the more point of attraction is because of the law of third, this human figure. Visualize and create the scene from your memory. Complete the sketch with psiography. That means the light shade shadow. Although in the sample one, I haven't done a complete psiography. But yes, per perspective, this is one of very good example. So what examples I have brought in memory drawing? Two of them, one outdoor and one indoor. Let's see another indoor drawing where I have actually taken 1-point perspective. You are one of the students standing and watching the demonstration by an artist along with other students. The artist is sitting on and the canvas is on an easel. Create the scene from your eye level. The target for this question by the jury is to know your knowledge about perspective and proportion, the human figures. And look at the way human figures are depicted. Eye level remaining same, the figures are reducing from the bottom. That is how you actually seen, even if you are in a market scene, you would have all equal size people, that is equal heighted people having the same eye level. The perspective towards the eye level is reducing progressively from bottom and from top towards the vanishing point. Portrait making. This has been a regular feature with JEE B.Arch with facial expression. Now, the question is, depict the portrait of yourself 35 years from now. There may be people who may give only this side as a complete face. I, in particular, would like to compare it with your today's face to your 35 years from now face. So what I've done, I've drawn a vertical line and given all the proportion. The proportion is 1 is to 1.33. That of the width to the length of your face. Do not get confused. There is nothing like ratio between the young and the old. The head size more or less remains same. Maybe the old person has more ptosis of eyelid and the muscles. Ptosis is protruding and getting down. So that is how you could do. A little shading will be welcome. Do not overwhelm your sketch with too much of shading. That doesn't create any sense. In fact, it becomes senseless for the jury to check your sketch. What they want to see is your understanding how the portrait. Now, there may be a lot of question in mind of students, particularly who are aspiring to become an architect. What an architect has to do with human figure, kind of asking. Maybe when I talk about two-dimension design, you will start asking, why are they asking about a sari pallu depiction in two-dimension design? Now, later on that I'll talk about sari pallu, but let me right now talk about human face. An architect with human face, the only thing that they want to observe in your ability, your aptitude, is how detailed you can observe the things. They are not interested whether it has got a likeliness to your face or whether you can predict your things later on. But how much detail that you can really think about, how much detail you can go into a subject is what they want to know from your disability. So don't underestimate, particularly the IITians asking you some out of box thing, but that has a meaning in it. You don't ask me whether I'm appreciating or I'm not appreciating. I will come back to some of the questions already asked by some of candidates here. Fine. So 2D design, again, there could be a direct question like this. Using silhouettes of circle, triangle, and square, create an aesthetically appealing two-dimension composition. Color your composition with color scheme of your choice. Whenever I talk about two-dimension design, I talk of elements overlapping it because a two-dimension design means how much knowledge do you have of dividing the space, connecting the elements, overlapping them, making it a aesthetically beautiful composition. So generally, in a direct question, you will find question related with primary shapes, that is square, triangle, and circle, And maybe they mention the numbers also. Like in this case, there are three triangles, three squares, and three circles. And what have I done with the background? I have further divided the background with tiles. The depiction of tiles means that I don't want to leave the background uncovered. That indeed is a sign of a budding up architect, should be able to divide the space, balance the visual weight, and at the same time should be able to segregate it with an aesthetically beautiful color scheme. Whenever friends, whenever they ask you to look into your own choice or go into your own choice of colors, do not forget to use analogous colors. Analogous color, if you know it, two secondary color, one primary color, and their tint shades and tones used in such a way that the primary color selected is present in all these colors. So with blue, it will be purple and green. With red, the primary color red, it will be purple and orange. And with yellow, another primary color, it should be green and orange. All those colors and their tints and shades. Don't take those three pencils and color it. Take all the pencils of blue, all the pencils of green, all the pencils of um, blue, green, and purple. Sorry. So all the three colors, all the pencils will form tint shades and tones. Okay? Decoding. Decoding titled The Screen. Movement, Proto-Expressionism, Artist Edward Munch, medium, oil, tempera, pastel, crayon on cardboard. The Scream is a popular name given to a composition created by Norwegian artist Edward Munch in 1893. The agonized face in the painting has become one of the most iconic images of art, seen as symbolizing the anxiety of the human condition. Munch created two versions in paint and two in pastel, as well as a lithograph stone from which several prints survive. Litho means stone, graphics with help of a stone, and that used to be a popular type of printing process in these eras of 1880s, 1890s till about 1940s. Although lithography is still done in India at Ahmedabad, at Bangalore, at Chennai, and that is just to survive the orthodox methods. Emotions with this painting are anxiety, fear, surprise, and unnatural. Now, in such kind of depiction and decoding, remember what you are expected to do is to make a two-dimension design out of the emotion that you catch from the painting. No matter if you are unable to recognize the artist or the painting details, okay. Although if you can recognize, yes, better. But if you're not, then just recognize the emotion depicted by it. And then in a two-dimension design, if you remember all those emotion depiction by different kinds of lines, shapes, and forms, try to make those shapes, forms, and lines and depict the picture in a um, two-dimension presentation, quite similar to the one that you saw earlier like this. You have to depict the screen here. I have not purposely made any particular design to depict, but if you want to depict anxiety, what you can use, zigzag lines, yes, harmful, whereas safe, self-defense. on the other. So zigzag line could be ideal. Uneven line also could be ideal. Circles and ovals, harmony, protection, unity, commitment, love, femininity, life cycle. So wherever this emotion arises, you bring about those shapes. To some of you, you could mm, check up with one of the depiction I've done, that of the famous painting of Mona Lisa. In my previous video, I have presented that. So if you are subscribing my channel, you will get um, all those notification as well as you will get those videos as well. So emotion depiction in 2D composition using following shape, circle, undefined shapes, uneven pointed line, scribbling, etc., will lead you to a proper decoding of such beautiful paintings. A 3D composition along with xyography create an interesting three-dimensional composition using a paper cone, steel glass, wooden cuboid, and glass cylinder. Render your sketch with light, shade, and shadow. That means the xyography. Friends, in this case, remember, the question could be twisted by just giving you paper, steel, wood, maybe plastic on one side, and they may give some different forms on the other side. And you can mix match them. You can mix match them. Like you could make a cylinder with help of steel. You could make the cuboid of paper. You could make the glass of glass, and likewise. But you have to look into the question and do a proper light, shade, and shadow. Now, in this sketch, let me also explain you that I have purposely left the lines for students to understand as to where the shadows have been brought. Enlargement. It has also been one of regular feature. I have actually taken this picture from previous year's question paper. Draw a proportionate sketch of given reference image by using any black and white rendering technique of your own choice. Now remember, friends, here is a catch. You get the image on the screen and you have to draw it on your paper. How would you go about? How will you take the proportion? Although I have taken a kind of graph here. Friends, take your three fingers on the screen of both the hands, three finger of each hand, and try to make the graph with help of these three lines. You can draw three lines vertically and three lines horizontally. Or you can have, in such a portrait, one you can have six fingers. So those lines can be drawn on your physical sheet, although you are assessing the drawing with help of three fingers of each hand. Okay? And once you have assessed as to where exactly the face exists, then you use your knowledge of human figure proportion and bring about, because as we say, head to chin is one head, chin to epigastrium or the breast line is two head, breast to the navel is third, navel to groin is fourth head. So you don't get a portrait up to the fourth head, you hardly get it up to the third head, that is navel. So likewise, you can divide the whole scene once you know how big is the head to be brought in such an enlargement, and find out as to how to do the enlargement. Also draw a diagonal line, and that will help you put the portrait in right position. I'm sure with this small description, you get a lot inside of it. I don't just want to say that you subscribe my channel, which of course you will do, having heard me so much in detail with this small presentation. So do subscribe my YouTube channel of Creative Edge. And for further inquiry, you could go on to 767656 4400. Also, friends, just for your information, my recorded videos which I have taught are available, and you can very well revise whole of the JEE subject as far as creative things are concerned. Although my recorded videos of aptitude, AAT, everything is available um, on my website. I mean, you have to demand it to the website against certain payment. So please go ahead with that. If you think that you are a little less prepared, or if you want to really revise nicely every aspect of JBR, please go and ask our people to send you across the price factor of it, and you can buy the recorded videos. I thank you very much for having a patient hearing. Now I'm going to answer some of the questions that have come up. Danish Kuttu, sir, question based on geometrical shapes. Yes, I told you two-dimension design is the direct question is on geometrical shapes. The indirect question also you have to answer with help of geometrical shapes and color. Sri Gupta sir, I have no idea about B.Arch drawing. Can this video will clear and prepare me for the exam? For proper preparation, Sri Gupta, please, no, I don't want to really canvas it, but I'm sure you will be helped if you buy a small token amount kind of a subscription that of the recorded videos. The total package is available with us, Creative Edge by Top Rankers. Lisa Singh asking about perspective. Yes, Lisa Singh, there is different lecture for all kinds of perspective, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective. That helps you in creating your memory drawing. Okay, friends, I think all your valued questions that have been asked so far have been answered. Rest, I am happy to answer you should you ask it on 7676564400. And do not forget to buy, in case you are not my student so far, do not forget to buy the, the recorded videos package. Thank you so much for having time with me. Bye bye. I'm sure it's going to help you a lot. Bye bye.